significant coveted positions. I worked Metropolitan Division, which is the tactical branch of the organization. That's where SWAT and K9 and the mounted unit are housed. I didn't work SWAT, but I worked what was called A platoon, which was a field platoon. We do a lot of high-risk warrants, strategic crime suppression details, dignitary protection details. The president, vice president, first lady, or head of state that came to the city, as well as stakeouts on banks that we anticipated were going to be hit by bank robbers, so on and so forth. So it was a tactical background. But from there, while I was there in the late 90s, the DOJ, Department of Justice, was investigating the LAPD. And that was when the Rampart crash scandal occurred, which is the Rafael Perez scandal. And crash was a gang unit. It stands for Crime Resources Against Street Hoodlums. And essentially, we had officers that were committing bank robberies off duty, stealing pounds of cocaine out of evidence lockup and selling it on the streets for personal financial gain, planting guns at shooting scenes to justify officer-involved shootings. And one would say something as minor as drinking on duty. But, comparatively speaking, that's minor, but it's a very significant infraction, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it was a result of that I was then chosen when I promoted this to sergeant to be assigned to Rampart Division. And while there, I was put in charge of the new gang enforcement detail that replaced the crash unit that citywide was disbanded. And it was with the experience there and changing the culture under the consent decree, implementing the best practices of police management. And I did that for 3 years because there was a term limit, and I had to leave the unit after 3 years, as everybody who's assigned to it. And we did a great job. And I will tell you, I don't take any credit myself. That unit that I ran was a reflection of the officers that were assigned to that unit. And we were recognized with the meritorious unit citation. And ultimately, William Bratton was our chief of police at the time. He had been a commissioner of the NYPD prior to the LAPD. And I went and worked directly for him, where I briefed him on all officer-involved shootings and lethal force cases. And I wrote his rationale for the adjudication recommendations for all of those cases that are submitted to the Honorable Board of Police Commissioners, who are the ultimate adjudicators. And so those are the types of coveted positions where I had a seat at the table and was part of effective change and change the trajectory of the Los Angeles Police Department. And one could argue even policing here in the United States.
Incredible. It's just amazing.